Women of faith, listen carefully. You are more powerful than you realize, designed by the Creator with intention and purpose. Your life carries a unique calling that no one else can fulfill. But remember this: the most sacred parts of who you are must be guarded. Not because they are weak, but because they are invaluable. First, protect your boundaries like a fortress. Boundaries are not just lines. They are safeguards for your heart, mind, and soul. The world is not entitled to unrestricted access to your thoughts, emotions, or personal journey. When you give too much of yourself, you open the door to unwanted opinions, criticism, and even manipulation. Self-respect begins with you. Know when to speak and when to remain silent, letting your quiet strength do the talking. As C.S. Lewis wisely said, daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we risk disappointing others. Be mindful of your emotions. Your heart is a treasure, but not everyone is worthy of holding it. While connection is important, not every experience needs an audience. Some battles are meant for your prayers, your discernment, or the trusted few who genuinely care for you. When you reveal your heart too quickly, you risk giving the wrong people influence over your peace. Guard your emotions, because not everyone has the strength to carry them. Not every struggle needs to be shared. Some battles are meant to refine you in silence, shaping you into the person you are destined to become. Oversharing can turn your growth into gossip and your transformation into someone else's spectacle. Let your lessons take root in your soul before you speak of them. You don't have to share every storm to prove your strength. As C.S. Lewis wisely said, when the time is right, your victories will speak louder than any words. Women, you are the guardians of your own power. What you share, when you share it, and with whom is entirely your choice. You were created with a divine purpose, and that purpose must be protected with wisdom and strength. Safeguard the sacred parts of yourself, for they are priceless and belong to you alone. To the women of faith and purpose, hear this truth. Boundaries are not walls. They are the unseen lines that shield your heart, mind, and soul. These boundaries are sacred, preserving your dignity, peace, and identity in a world that often takes more than it gives. It is your duty to protect what keeps you whole. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. They are not about keeping others away, but about defining how they are allowed to engage with you. When you set clear limits, you send a powerful message. I value myself, and I will not sacrifice my well-being to satisfy others. Without boundaries, you risk losing control of your own life, allowing others to dictate your time, emotions, and even your sense of worth. Every time you let someone overstep without consequence, you diminish your sense of self. As C.S. Lewis said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent, and boundaries are how you deny that consent. Not everything about you needs to be shared. Society often pressures women to be endlessly open, to give until there is nothing left. But there is strength in silence. There is power in knowing what to keep private and what to reveal. Guarding your emotional and mental space is just as vital as protecting your physical space. Understanding who has earned the right to access your thoughts and feelings is not selfish. It is wisdom. A woman who knows her worth is not afraid to say no. No to anything that disturbs her peace. No to relationships or situations that take too much and offer too little. Saying no does not make you difficult. It makes you strong. By upholding your boundaries, you remain true to yourself. You do not shrink or bend to fit someone else's expectations. And in doing so, you teach others how to treat you. As C.S. Lewis wisely said, the way you love yourself teaches others how to love you. Emotional vulnerability is a gift, but not everyone is worthy of it. To be vulnerable is to be human. It means opening your heart with the hope that it will be treated with care. But not everyone who seeks access to your emotions has the wisdom or the intention to honor them. Sharing your deepest thoughts, fears, and dreams is an act of trust, and trust must be given with caution. Discernment is your safeguard. Know when to open up and when to hold back. Vulnerability is not about exposing your soul to anyone who asks. It is about carefully choosing who you allow into the sacred spaces of your heart. Some things require time, healing, and reflection before they are meant to be shared. Protecting your emotions is not a sign of weakness. It is an act of self-preservation. Your peace is your strength, and boundaries are its protectors. When you safeguard your inner world, you give yourself the freedom to live authentically. You interact with others from a place of confidence and clarity, not sacrifice. You uphold your values and needs without apology, and in doing so, you flourish. Women, honor yourself enough to protect what is sacred: your peace, your emotions, and your time. There is profound strength in guarding your emotional vulnerability until the right moment comes. When you open your heart too soon, especially to someone who has not proven their trustworthiness, you risk unnecessary pain. Emotional vulnerability is not a weakness. It is a treasure, a sacred gift that should be shared with wisdom. When entrusted to the right people, it fosters deep, meaningful connections. But when given carelessly, it can leave you feeling drained, misunderstood, or even betrayed. Guarding your heart is not an act of fear. It is wisdom in motion. Not everyone is capable of handling your emotions with care. Some may lack the emotional depth to appreciate your vulnerability, while others may seek to use it for their own benefit. Recognize this early. The right person, someone who has earned your trust, will respect the weight of your emotions. They will not pressure you to open up before you are ready, nor will they dismiss your feelings. Instead, they will create space for you, offering empathy and understanding without judgment. There are moments when your emotions are meant for your own reflection. Some feelings are sacred and should be processed in silence. In these quiet moments, you grow stronger, gaining clarity without the distraction of outside opinions. This isn't about shutting people out. It's about honoring your need to heal, to understand yourself, and to find peace before inviting others into your inner world. As C.S. Lewis wisely said, vulnerability isn't about winning or losing. It's about having the courage to show up, even when you can't control the outcome. But showing up doesn't mean sharing everything with everyone. It means knowing when and with whom to share. Your personal struggles are not meant for public consumption. Life's challenges are refining fires, shaping and strengthening you. But not every battle is meant to be shared, and that's perfectly okay. Some struggles are private, sacred spaces where resilience is built in silence. When you share too much, you risk turning your pain into something others dissect, misinterpret, or minimize. There is power in privacy. In a world that glorifies oversharing, there is wisdom in knowing when to keep things to yourself. Your struggles do not exist for the validation or approval of others. They are part of your story, and some chapters are meant to be read only by you, for now. Choosing silence in these moments is not a sign of weakness, but an act of healing and growth. When the time comes to share, you will do so with confidence and purpose, not to seek validation, but to offer truth on your own terms. Protect your heart, guard your battles, and honor your personal journey. When you do choose to share your emotions or struggles, let it be with those who have proven they are worthy of your truth. Until then, hold your feelings close, process them with care, and let them strengthen and refine you. There is dignity in keeping some struggles private. Seeking support when needed is wise, but there is also immense power in facing certain challenges on your own. This isn't about avoiding help or carrying burdens alone. It's about recognizing that some battles are meant for you to face privately, not because you are weak, but because you are strong enough to let them refine you without outside influence. Discernment is essential. Know when to seek support and when to lean on your faith, wisdom, and inner strength. Sharing every struggle might feel like a relief, but not every hardship requires validation. Some challenges are hidden lessons, calling you to uncover your own resilience. What if your pain isn't about proving anything to others, but about revealing to yourself just how strong you truly are? Do not let the behavior of others destroy your peace, said C.S. Lewis. Guarding your peace sometimes means carrying your struggles quietly until you gain the clarity and strength to move forward. Your hardships do not define you, they shape you. Keeping certain battles private doesn't mean you are avoiding them. It means you are respecting the sacred space where true healing and transformation happen. By choosing silence, you create the space to reflect, heal, and rise. Life's trials are not meant to break you. They are meant to fortify you. The fires you walk through may burn, but they also refine. And when you come through them, you won't be burdened by your struggles. You'll be empowered by the wisdom they imparted. Growth flourishes in quiet places. Healing in solitude is not avoidance, it is preparation. In these moments, your faith is strengthened, your character deepened, and your vision sharpened. When the time is right, you will share your journey, not as a wound, but as a testimony to your strength. Your story will serve as a beacon of hope for others, but only when you are ready to tell it. Until then, protect the sacred process of becoming. As C.S. Lewis said, the only journey is the one within. True strength is built in those quiet moments where you confront your pain and emerge with clarity and purpose. Now let's talk about your freedom, your financial independence. Financial independence is more than just income, it is power. It is the freedom to make choices, the ability to build, and the security to stand on your own terms. It is not just about earning, it is about managing, growing, and protecting what you have worked for. As a woman, financial independence is your safeguard, your confidence, and your tool to shape a future that is entirely your own. When you take control of your finances, you take control of your future. You are no longer dependent on someone else's approval or support. This independence is invaluable. It grants you the freedom to live life on your own terms, pursue goals that align with your values, and stand strong against outside pressures. But financial independence isn't just about earning. It's about managing what you have with wisdom and intention. Learn to balance spending, saving, and investing. Understand that every financial decision you make shapes your future. Build your foundation on what is lasting, not just what is convenient. Wealth isn't just about numbers, it's about creating opportunities, stability, and peace of mind. To the women of strength and wisdom, hear this. Part of securing your financial independence is understanding the power of discretion. Your income, savings, and investments are yours to manage, and you owe no one an explanation unless you choose to share it. This is especially important in relationships, romantic or otherwise. No one has the right to dictate your spending, control your assets, or make financial decisions for you unless you trust them completely. Your financial independence is your safeguard. You may decide to share your financial plans with those you care about, but you are never obligated to disclose everything. Independence in your finances protects you from situations where dependency could lead to control, manipulation, or an imbalance of power. Maintaining autonomy ensures that your decisions are made from a place of freedom, not pressure or necessity. This freedom gives you the confidence to pursue your dreams without being influenced by someone else's financial agenda. As C.S. Lewis once said, there are people who have money and people who are rich. True financial independence is about more than just wealth. It is about owning your choices and living with authenticity. When you stand on your own, you are no longer at the mercy of anyone else's decisions. This clarity gives you the freedom to pursue your dreams without the fear of financial restrictions. Independence empowers you to take risks, embrace opportunities, and step boldly into your purpose without being held back by money concerns. Your financial freedom isn't just for today, it's your legacy. True financial independence is about building a foundation that will outlast you. It's about setting the stage so that your children, grandchildren, or loved ones have the same opportunities to thrive. When you manage your finances with wisdom, you leave behind more than just wealth. You leave a legacy of knowledge, stability, and resilience. You become proof that with discipline and determination, any woman can achieve financial independence. At its core, financial independence is about empowerment. It's the ability to make your own choices, design a future that aligns with your values, and live unapologetically on your own terms. Protect this independence fiercely. Keep your financial matters private when necessary, and never let anyone pressure you into sharing what you're not comfortable revealing. Standing firm in your financial independence is a reflection of standing firm in your worth. While your past experiences shape who you are, they do not have to dictate your present or future. Every woman carries a story, some chapters filled with victories, others with pain, and many with lessons. It's natural to look back, but true wisdom lies in recognizing that not every detail needs to be shared, especially in new relationships. The past is not a burden you must carry into your future. It is a teacher that guides you and stays behind. Bringing unresolved experiences into new relationships can create unnecessary weight. Unhealed wounds can lead to misplaced fears or insecurities, causing you to project past pain onto someone who had no part in your history. A new partner shouldn't be held accountable for wounds they didn't inflict. Instead, embrace the lessons you've learned, release the pain, and step forward with confidence, knowing that your story is still being written. As C.S. Lewis wisely said, "Don't get lost in your pain. Know that one day your pain will become your cure." Carry this truth as you navigate relationships. Your past does not dictate your future, and your healing is a gift to both yourself and those you love. Opening up about your past with someone you trust can foster understanding. But there is a difference between sharing and overexposing. Protect the most vulnerable parts of your history until the relationship has proven to be built on trust, respect, and a shared readiness for deeper conversations. Revealing too much about past relationships can blur the beauty of what's right in front of you. When the past is constantly revisited, it creates an unspoken comparison that can prevent both you and your partner from fully embracing the present. Every person you meet deserves to be valued for who they are, not measured against someone from your past. You owe it to yourself and your partner to begin with a fresh perspective. Past heartbreaks and mistakes should not lay the foundation for a new relationship. Allow the present to grow without the weight of old wounds overshadowing its potential. As C.S. Lewis also said, "I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it." There is an emotional cost to constantly revisiting old wounds. Not every experience from your past needs to be retold or relived. Some moments, no matter how healed they may seem, require time and sacred space to fully mend. Sharing these experiences too freely can lead to emotional exhaustion, not only for yourself, but also for those who listen. Every person has their own emotional capacity and journey, and while seeking support is important, constantly opening the door to unprocessed pain can become draining. Sometimes, the most empowering choice is to keep certain aspects of your past private, allowing yourself the space to heal and move forward with strength and clarity. Give yourself the grace to heal before revealing your deepest vulnerabilities. Your past is a part of your journey, but it does not define who you are. The lessons from past relationships, once fully processed and understood, become sources of strength, wisdom, and clarity. They teach you about your growth, who you were, who you are now, and who you are becoming. True healing happens when you make peace with the past, allowing it to shape you without controlling you. At that point, you choose what to share and with whom. There is great self-respect in safeguarding the most personal parts of your story. You are never required to disclose everything, especially in the early stages of a relationship. Your experiences, whether painful mistakes or hard-earned victories, belong to you, and it is your right to share them on your own terms. As C.S. Lewis once said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." You hold the power to decide what is worth sharing and should never feel pressured to open up before you are ready. Your past is not your identity, it is your foundation. What you have endured has shaped you, but it does not determine your future. Certain aspects of your journey are meant to remain private until the right time. Guard your emotional space and allow the past to remain where it belongs, behind you. At the end of the day, your true worth is found in who you have become, not in the struggles you have overcome. Your strength is reflected in your ability to grow beyond the challenges of your past. You do not owe anyone an explanation or justification for your journey. Instead, focus on building a future that reflects your growth and embraces all the possibilities ahead. Let your peace and confidence speak louder than your history, for your value has never been measured by where you have been, but by who you are today. Your dreams are the fire that fuels your journey, illuminating your path with purpose and direction. But remember, there is power in keeping your vision close to your heart, especially when it is still young and fragile. Not every dream should be shared too soon. Some visions need time to take root before they are exposed to the world. Work diligently in silence, and when the time is right, let your success make the noise. As C.S. Lewis wisely said, there is wisdom in nurturing your aspirations privately. allowing them to grow strong before exposing them to the scrutiny of others. Speaking too soon about your dreams can invite doubt and criticism, which may dilute their essence. Not everyone will grasp your vision, especially if it is bold, unconventional, or ahead of its time. Some may dismiss it, question it, or try to steer you toward a more conventional path. Protecting your dreams isn't about secrecy. It's about safeguarding them from negativity that could weaken your determination. Dreams are fragile in their early stages. They require focus, patience, and careful cultivation. When shared too widely, they can become fragmented, shaped by conflicting perspectives that do not align with your purpose. Your vision is uniquely yours, born from your deepest passions and abilities. By holding it close and sharing it only with those who genuinely support and believe in you, you give it the space to flourish without interference. Sharing your dreams makes you vulnerable, as they are deeply tied to your hopes and ambitions. Not everyone will celebrate your aspirations, and their skepticism or indifference can be discouraging. Guarding your vision is an act of strength. It allows you to stay true to your path without the noise of outside opinions clouding your direction. The best way to predict the future is to create it, said C.S. Lewis. Bringing a dream to life requires unwavering focus, faith, and the courage to move forward even when no one else sees the vision but you. If you share your dreams too soon, you may find yourself explaining, justifying, or defending them instead of building them. This only drains the energy you need to bring them into reality. Instead, let your actions speak for themselves. Lay the foundation in quiet dedication, and when the time is right, let your success be the loudest voice. Your dreams are a reflection of your strength, resilience, and potential. Guard them, nurture them, and trust that in time, they will become the reality you have envisioned. Your dreams are yours to safeguard, nurture, and shape into reality. Not everyone will comprehend the sacrifices, challenges, and dedication necessary to make them a reality, and that's completely all right. Your focus should remain on the effort, not on seeking validation. By protecting your vision, you also protect your peace, freeing yourself from unnecessary pressures and distractions, allowing your dreams the space to grow and evolve on their own. The true power of a dream lies not in how much you talk about it, but in the actions you take to bring it into existence. Once your dream has matured, once it has transformed from an idea to a tangible reality, only then should you share it with the world. By that time, it will be deeply rooted in your purpose and unshaken by the opinions of others. Until then, guard it fiercely. Cherish it. Let it grow in silence. Your dreams, struggles, and emotions are sacred. They are not meant to be dissected or judged by the world before they are ready to be shared. Protecting your vision, your financial independence, your boundaries, and your past isn't secrecy, it's strength. It is your way of asserting control over your life, your choices, and your destiny.